Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Octoman and this is the Let's Play for Epic War Saga Relaunch 2K18. In the last part I was clearing mission 1 in chapter 7, was rather troublesome as long as I didn't know how to beat it. So with the Sharkman we were absolutely able to do so. In this case on this video we're gonna clean up mission 2 in chapter 7, which will be way easier than you can think of. So my current equipment is going to be 5 times the Gungnir, and I'm using the Angel armor over here from a quest or from an achievement I got. I don't need to get any rewards because it's the same day where I'm streaming on. Also, what we need is, well, a good amount of attack. Currently I have 870 into my attack, so if you're a bit lower than me, of course, feel free to, level up some bit and you're gonna get no problem into clearing mission 2 in chapter 7, which is quite easy to beat. So let's check out the enemy first. So he itself is going to be a wind element, which doesn't really hurt when we are using fire element, of course, because fire elements would do some quite fast job. But there are also other possibilities, because he is going to send a little puppy dragon against us, as well as sometimes maybe those flying guys, these guys over here, the Dragon Rider. So these bows will probably be the ones we are going to hit over here, and what we need to do is we need to encounter this. We're gonna have several possibilities to encounter that, so by fire units, of course, to tank that away, but we also need to take care that he's not going to send Water Dragon or Dragon Warrior, this water units over here, against us to encounter the same for Turdzilla, which can hurt quite intense. So best choice for us is going to be using water units, so we are not encountering these as well as not encountering these. Even if we would encounter Twin Salamander as well as, Lava Golem, we shouldn't have any problem to clear everything with our water units. In this case, when we look at all the water units we currently have, we're gonna have quite some. Most of them are low range or melee units, as you can probably check out in your information on your own. So if you have a purchase totem, then you have them. Of course, probably we are able to use them. I have no idea, never tested that before. Same for Elder Wizard, decent attack. And same for Mystics. The enemy is going to be a flying enemy, so in total it might happen that we are not able to reach him with some melee units, but there are some which are able to do so, at least. And these are, for example, the Valkyries. So if you have Valkyries, or if you don't have them, of course, go to the Water Temple and purchase them. I believe they are level 1 or 2 units, or even 3. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't cost too much gold, just get your hands onto Valkyries. If you have Reaper, Reaper will have a hard time over here to clear this. He's able to do this only if he comes in a good chunk of Reaper. Sharkman probably are also able to do it, but going to take quite some time to clear this one off. So probably your best choice in this case is going to be the Valkyrie, especially if you're rather low level as I am, with some rather low attack. Probably Cursed Pirates can do some decent amount of damage here as well, but they are slow in advancing, as you know already, probably. So maybe that are not the best choice over here. I guess best choice is going to be Valkyrie with a decent attack of 1800 for my time, or for my Valkyries over here, and also quite some good HP, so they can take some damage and do not fall directly down. So this is what you might want to think of. Probably there are faster ways to clear this, but Valkyries are quite intense and can do this. Meanwhile, you're raging then absolutely no problem at all. I believe there's even the possibility to take this guy here, Vigroth the Red, right over, give him some lava attack or whatever it's called, or lava tornado thingy, and then you should be able, or fire volcano, or whatever it's called, you might be able to fire this guy down in no time. I'm gonna test it out later on. Gonna show you the Valkyrie way first. So let's get straight into it. Once again, even if he's wind element, Valkyries can do quite some intense job over here. So let's get into it. What you need to do is, of course, you call your Valkyries as soon as you can. Doesn't really matter if you're quicker or slower than whatever. You need some RNG luck to not get hit by all these upflowing attacks over here, but still Valkyries shouldn't have any problem, as you can see, to pass by in like a chunk of 2 and do a good amount of damage over here and clear this mission in like no time. I got another Fire Dragon Wing, which I might later on need for Twin Salamander, but as you can see, Valkyrie performing quite good. So you can easily master this mission using the Valkyries without any problem. I'm gonna give it another try with the Phantom Beast because I haven't thought about those yet. So maybe they are good for that, maybe they are not, maybe they get hit by the whirlwinds and don't survive anything. I have no idea. Ah, there we go. So that was everything about that. So, but when you have the Valkyries, once again, you should have like no problem to get rid of all the enemy guys coming all over, because they all are wind. Oh, no, not wind, they are fire units. Whoa, they cannot tank that away. That's interesting. Okay, so better be quick, I would say. Okay, so Valkyries, you need to put them out quite fast, otherwise you need to repo anything big to encounter these flying dragons, or you're gonna make use of these pirates. So, what else? Let's check out this other guy over here with a fire volcano. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna go over and cast this last skill over here, which is available at level 65. So he's shooting some pillars of fire and burn down everything. So, and he's not the slowest, so probably we can just go over. Maybe, yeah, cast something. Maybe go over here and try to burn him down. The downside is he got not too much hit by that, but still with the mix, or so with the mix of the Valkyries and doing the Vigorov damage over here, also some possibility, I would say. We can test it out again. Maybe I'm gonna have a possibility to hit even better. The downside is I cannot do much against these little dudes over there. But Vigorov do not care about the whirlwind attack, as you have seen. So we can tank away all of that as well, without any problem. And we can fire volcano this guy, even with that. So if you have trouble even then, you might want to change to Vigorov over here instead of using anything else. And you can tank away like literally everything, because he's of type fire and he doesn't really care. So I'm gonna go with my long beloved Popo. I want to test out the pirates right now. So maybe they are faster. I don't think so, but you know, sometimes stuff happens. I'm gonna send pirates as well, mix them up with Valkyries to get in touch pretty quick and not maybe getting too much hurt by all these puppet dragons. Because when a projectile flies through, which can easily happen, it can hurt my hero quite fast. So, pirates in the background, since they are that, let's say, low in a range, they are not the good ones over here to clean this one up. So, still keep on sending 2 packs of Valkyries and rage them, and you should be able to good to go. And you should beat this mission in even under 30 seconds, so probably something around 20. As you can see, timer's running down. They don't really care about the puppy dragons. Do the damage to them and clear this in about 20 seconds. And you have the possibility to get some Fire Dragon Crystal as well as Fire Dragon Wings over here. So if you need one of them, just go get your Valkyries out and do your job. So that's everything about it. That's the magic, that's the stuff you can do over here. And that's probably everything I can show you. As I was now testing the Vigorov as an enemy or as a hero, I was thinking about probably using Vigorov also in Chapter 7 Mission 1, where we had trouble against all these clowns, because they were doing quite some intense damage. The downside is Fire Volcano maybe do not too much damage to the enemy in Chapter 7 Mission 1, because he's of type Void. But yeah, still, you shouldn't have any problems if you use the Sharkman once again in Chapter 7 Mission 1, so no problem at all. And as you can see, we are quite fast in advancing, pushing through, doing all the damage, and say bye-bye. In like no time. Not even half a minute, and we are good to go. And that means when we need half a minute, like with all the click-throughs and all the other stuff, like switches in between the scenes, we might be able to clear or master this one, since we need to master this one 19 times, or let's say maybe 20 times, so we can calculate this one even better. 20 times half a minute is going to be 10 minutes, so you should be able to beat this in about 10 minutes, or master this one in 10 minutes, or even lower amount if you have the time, of course, and if you have Valkyries and some decent attack on them. If you have any water element things, like any water elemental equipment, for example, you should be able to boost them even higher to make more damage. And on the long run, they should be able to perform even better. I have no idea about Ninja Assassins, so probably they are able to perform quite good as well, since they are pure fire, or actually fire at all. Maybe not getting too much hit by the whirlwind, but the puppy dragons, as you can see, they're smacking them into pieces, so no point in getting them out. Now he will send something bad against me. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it, because I'm gonna lose anyways. So go with Valkyries. Don't even try to take the Ninja Assassins at this point. And you shouldn't have any problem. I bet there are some fire units which are able to stand against all these puppy dragon attacks, and also do quite some decent amount of damage. Probably Anuki Warrior, Mad Bull, whatever, or even Elite Dwarfs, but I don't know if they are the good choice over here, because they are slower than Valkyries in case of advancing, and probably not even doing quite much more attack over here. But we can test them out, no problem. So what we can do is we can just get rid of anything else. Maybe some fires could be also interesting, but we need to tank stuff, so probably because of this we're gonna take Anuki Warrior as a test. We might want to go and take, well, nope, Mad Bull, and probably we want to take these guys, the Elite Dwarfs, and check them out. Let's see, let's test Elite Dwarf. As you can see, super slow in advancing, to take too much time. Damage is quite meh, and but the HP is extremely good. As you can see, weakness is 3s, but they don't have anything against burn attacks. So Elite Dwarfs probably not something you want to try, because they just take a long time. I'm gonna still try them just purely without the Valkyries, just to make sure I'm not mistaken or not telling you any wrong stuff over here. So I'm gonna test them out purely. Once again, I don't think they're gonna perform in any case, or they need some huge amount of time, or they get shredded, whoa, by that attack. As you have seen, the Dragon Roar was shredding them all. So, as you can see, no chance for Elite Dwarf. Too slow, and they cannot stand against the Dragon Roar, or even the usual special attack. Now we get shredded. Now we get shredded by these Dragon Rider, as you can see, they're gonna have a hard time to get rid of them. Even pirates take some shots. Still, no choice, no chance. Good to know. Okay, let's test out the Mad Bull. They're a bit faster in advancing. As you can see, they do quite some big steps. Not too bad at all. Probably, let's see. They can burn, so they have nothing against burn. Also, they are not affected much by wind attacks. But once they reach... No. Just no. That amount of puppy dragon shots cannot be survived. Well, at least not from the Mad Bull. He was sending now. Whoa, I gonna quit because I will not waste too much time. Okay, let's test out Anuki Warrior. Quite intense in case of HP, not too slow in advancing, rather good attack. Have immunity to freeze, but since he's not playing any freeze stuff, we need to check out how they perform over here. As you can see, almost the same time, or rather the same time as Valkyries are doing, so not a bad choice if you want to stick to Anuki Warrior. Take care of them and then you're good to go. So Valkyries or Anuki Warrior should perform quite good at this point. And that's probably everything we can do against that. Yeah, hero or enemy, whatever. Once again, as you can see, Anuki Warrior can stand against all the puppy dragon attacks without any problem and can do quite some damage because, once again, the enemy is of type wind. Cool thing also, we get a good amount of gold over here in this mission. Can be farmed quite fast if you need a lot of money in the future, which you will, I promise. Because of all the expensive items. Alone the cat goat stuff is going to be a rather expensive item. And one more round and then I'm good to go. Last round with the Valkyries probably, just to round it up. So you have two choices, take Valkyries or Anuki Warrior and you're absolutely good to go. In quite some good amount of time over here, and you shouldn't have any problems into beating that one down in about the same time. Cool. So that's everything. Mastered the next mission over here. I didn't master the final mission yet of chapter 6, just because, well, time and stuff. So when I would have mastered this one already, then I would now get my 40 missions mastered, but that's going to take a bit more, so at least one more time to master something out. Probably I'm gonna master the final mission later on, I don't know. But basically that's everything for this chapter, for this mission. Chapter 7, Mission 2. Nothing fancy. You can do this rather simple. Just get Valkyries once again out or Anuki Warrior and you're absolutely good to go. I am at gold 450,000, so probably I'm gonna invest something once again into my market. And another time, so I have a full market right now and I should be able to see the price now for the cyborg suit. As you can see, one cyborg suit costs 800,000 gold, which also contains Mana plus 10, Thunder plus 5. So which would be good if we just exchange that, for example, For a Gangnir, no problem at all. And we also get some decent amount of attack. Well, decent like 100, but we get a good amount of defense as well as HP. So in the long run, we probably want to stick to 1, 2, 3 of them. Later on, want to get our fingers onto them, and then we are good to go. So I'm poor again, no problem with that, since I have to farm a lot later on as well. No fancy stuff. Can put in some more points into my attack, so I'm almost 900, 890 in total at the moment. Pretty decent and ready for the next mission, I guess. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next live stream or video. Bye bye.